Hello dear listeners, feel the real fear with us. We have been collecting and telling you true, scary stories from Bangladesh for a while now. The next story will be about black magic in Nigeria. So I hope you will subscribe to our channel to enjoy the stories because our channel still has very few subscribers. So without further ado, let's go straight to the story. Today I will share with you a very real and 100% true incident that happened to a young boy. The incident took place in a place called Airport in our Jossorer district, which is always known. No one could have imagined that such a shocking incident would happen because the place is just 4 kilometers away from my house. I have been there many times, I have chatted there many times, and now it has become a center of entertainment for people. The road half a kilometer before the airport in Jossorer district is called Airport Road. There is basically an army training center there, for which it is called a cantonment. There are no houses on either side of the airport road, on which there are only large empty fields prepared for army training. There are also large trees on the side of the road. A huge forest falls as you move a little further, and then there are large ponds for army fish farming. It is said by people that this road was once dangerous. At night, people rarely traveled on this road. Many people even saw very scary things here. On November 1st, 2024, it was Friday. A 24-year-old young man from that village, his name is Ramesh, went out of his village to the city for a necessary work. As usual, after completing his necessary work, he set off towards home again. By that time, the daylight had run out and the thick darkness of the night had descended. He continued to walk around on his bicycle towards his home. By then, it was very late. It was approximately 1 a.m. on the road that day. It was very dark, to say the least. You couldn't see anything even a hand's distance away. Ramesh was using the flash of an Android phone near him to clear the darkness. There were insects chirping all around, and a gentle breeze was blowing from the field. All in all, a creepy atmosphere was created. Ramesh had crossed half of the field through the middle of the airport road. Now he had come to that big forest. Who knew that something bad was waiting for him there? As Ramesh was walking towards the forest, he suddenly noticed 2 very big foxes standing in front of him, staring at him. Ramesh didn't pay any attention to them because such big foxes are seen here every day in the forest. When he was in the middle of the forest, he noticed that someone was crying in a girl's voice inside the forest. He could clearly hear the sound of crying. He thought that maybe a girl was in trouble. And was there any antisocial activity going on inside this forest? Thinking this, Ramesh got off the bicycle and slowly walked into the forest of Kashban, following the path of the sound. He turned on the video on his smartphone and started moving forward as if he could record it immediately if something happened. As Ramesh moved forward, the sound of crying became clearer to him. This time, the sound of crying became more and more painful. The tension in Ramesh's chest increased. By that time, he was getting closer to the sound. As soon as he got closer to the sound, he saw a horrible scene in this forest of Kashban that no one would ever want to see. He saw a terrible figure. This figure was so ugly, about 7 feet tall, looking very human but somewhat fox-like. His eyes were glaring from his cheeks. His whole body was covered in fur. And that figure was looking at him with a terrible look. It seemed as if it would tear him apart right now, and before he could think about the crime, he attacked him terribly and took the opportunity to escape. The body started tearing him apart. It cut many wounds on his body with its nails, slapped him hard on the back and put a hammer on his left hand. It started eating a lot of flesh from his body. Ramesh started screaming in pain. The whole road seemed to shake with his painful screams. Ramesh tried to save his life by saying Allahu Akbar, tried to run as hard as he could, shouted loudly, "Someone save me," and as if his escape was completely in vain, the figure caught him again and he screamed again. There was a night guard 300 yards in front of him and another 300 yards behind him. That is, Ramesh's position was not very far between the two night guards. Fortunately, while he was on the guide, both the night guards heard his screams and a cold current ran down their spines in fear. They talked to each other on their mobile phones and neither of them dared to go there because it was late at night and the place also had a bad reputation. They must have realized that this was a miracle and they called the army camp directly and their phone rang almost immediately. The army, took a car and their force and quickly reached that place. The two night guards also started coming there. Seeing their car from a distance, they quickly reached there. After reaching, the figure left Ramesh and disappeared. There was only Ramesh's bloody, horrible, half-dead body lying there. They left from there. Admit Ramesh to the emergency room at our 250-bed Sadar hospital as soon as possible and, with some efforts from the doctor, he regains consciousness, but for a while his condition remain very bad. In that short time, some parts of the incident can be heard from his mouth, describing what happened to whom. Some records are found on his mobile phone. Many people have seen this by checking his mobile phone and the doctor has asked to immediately admit him to the ICU because his condition was very bad. There are wounds everywhere on his body. There are scratches from scratching with big nails in different places due to which the flesh has come out of his body and someone has bitten and eaten the flesh from his left hand. He died shortly after being sent to the ICU. I am trying to find out more about this. If I find out, I will let you know. I will bring part 2 soon.